Hey, thanks for calling the Beards and Sundries Market. You've reached Jay. Leave a message after the tone.
Hi, boys. This is Jimmy. I'm originally from Kansas, currently living in Austin. Longtime listener, first time caller. I had a question for each of you. What is your favorite musical? My favorite is Mamma Mia because I saw it with my grandmother and it was an absolute blast. I'll give us an honorable mention to Sweeney Todd. Wink, wink, Jay. I can't wait to hear your guys' answers. And I'll be listening. Catch you later.
You've reached the Beards and Sundries podcast, where things get gay, and hilarious. You've made it past seasons 1, 2, and 3. Now, you've reached season 4, the hottest season yet. This season's gonna be the tits. Now, sit down, strap on, in, and get ready to laugh your asses off with your 3 bearded hosts because they've been waiting all week to get you hot for this show. Now, welcome your hosts, Jay, Anthony, and Joe.
And welcome back.
Hello.
Hey.
Welcome back to season 4, episode 21 of Beards and Sundries.
21, I'll drink to that.
Ooh, sip, sip, nip, nip.
Clip, clip.
That's right, guys. It's time for another lunch break here at Beards and Sundries. It's the shop where 3 gay men with beards do inventory on a new sundry item in every episode.
My name is Jay, and if AI tried to imitate my sense of humor, it would need a software update for more pun capacity. I had AI write my intro.
I can tell.
I'm Anthony, the human who's training AI to finally understand why beards make you 10% more charming and 90% more mysterious. I also had AI write my intro.
I was going to say, I don't need AI for that. But I'm Joe, and don't worry, we haven't been replaced by machines. Yet.
Beep, beep, boop, boop, beep.
Beep, boop, boop, beep. Beep,
That's actually why my internet
beep,
freezes
beep.
its interference because of my robotic signals.
I'm a complex enough AI to look exactly like a human, yet I still go beep, beep, boop, beep.
It was like in high school when your cell phone would ring and you'd hear the TV go.
It used to do it in my car, and it fucking annoyed me.
But all of that is suffice to say that today's sundry item is AI. That's right, beardos. Love it or hate it, AI, or artificial intelligence, is now a common part of our lives. From restaurants, retail stores, even the car giving you a ride to the airport. Yes, AI is pretty much everywhere these days. Today, we're going to chat about our experiences and our opinions about AI, how we see it changing in the future, and the implications of its more widespread use. Later on, we'll talk about some ways we would use AI if given the power. And Anthony has cooked up a fun game for us this week. But before we get into too much intelligence that may or may not be artificial, how about this week's voicemail?
Hi, Jimmy.
Hi, Jimmy.
Hi, Jimmy.
I love voicemails from first-time callers. Thank you
Me
so
too.
much. I love
my
voicemails in
favorite.
general, so everybody just leave us voicemails.
Just do it.
Well,
all
let's
of
answer
you.
his question. Jay, you want to go first? Let's go in intro order.
Okay, so I'm a big old homosexual, and I love Hello Dolly with Barbra Streisand in it. I'm a big old gay.
I am a big old nerd, and I love Dr. Horrible's sing-along blog with Neil Patrick Harris and Nathan Fillion.
I hate you.
I love it.
But
It's
I
so
love
good.
Nathan Fillion.
Captain Hammer.
Joe, what's yours?
Well, my favorite is probably Book of Mormon because it's one of the few that
choice.
I've seen live, but it was brilliant. So that's probably my favorite. And I have to say, we all three do enjoy the off-Broadway production of Aladdin.
That
it's
is
a great
true.
one.
We do. It is wonderful.
Yes.
We all saw it live, and we don't have any biases towards it whatsoever.
No, not at all.
So what's funny is when I was in New York, I saw Sweeney Todd, and it's because Josh Groban was playing Sweeney Todd, and I was like, oh yeah, I really want to see that, and it was fantastic. But Jimmy also mentioned, he said Sweeney Todd is an honorable mention, wink wink, and that is because I know Jimmy from back in the day.
Oh.
And Jimmy and I used to hang out, and we were always like young men, gay young men, and we would be like, let's just hang out, and we'd put on Sweeney Todd because for some reason we liked it, and I don't know if we ever finished the film.
You finished something.
We
Your
finished.
earliest Netflix and chill.
It was pre Netflix and chill. It was
Wow.
DVD and chill every time.
DVD and Suck on Me.
Yeah.
If any of my early sexual exploits are listening to this that I don't know about right now, call in and leave a voicemail detailing it. Actually, make it mysterious.
I know. I'm actually really honored that one of my previous life men was kind enough to listen and call in and
Gentleman
reminisce.
callers.
Yes,
Literally.
I had a gentleman caller. I'm like, oh, but yeah.
You, father of two who is married to a woman, you know who you are. Call in about that times that we had together.
Can't wait till next week. No, I'm kidding.
I'm sure he doesn't listen to.
I was gonna say, did Jimmy listen to Anthony last week where he was like, you know who you are. Jimmy was like, eep.
Oh my god. Oh, okay. So real quick, before we move on to sundries, but after the voicemail, which thank you, Jimmy, so much for calling.
The demon barber of Skeet. Skeet.
Skeet.
The demon barber of deep throat.
He's holding your dick and he's like, my dear friend.
That's it. I am rewriting that musical.
He has a ball in each hand because it's pre One Nut J. And he's like, my friends.
Yeah, and in the song, you listen, you're like, the demon barber of deep throat. The whole cast is like,
And your ass is the meat pie. Then that just wraps it all up.
Mrs. Lovett's absolutely serving ass. Oh, Mr. Todd, I'm so happy. I could eat it.
It's Helena Bonham Carter, and she's just holding your ass open for Jimmy.
She would totally be on board for that.
She would, 100%. And something went wrong, and she's still thrown in the flames. But regardless...
So anyways, Joe, can I find ChatGPT inside of the sundries aisle in the market? Do we have space for servers?
No, but you can find piles of chat for JD, Rowdy Bush.
He left at the wrong time.
I know, damn. But if you guys are new to the show and you're wondering just what the hell a sundry is, the term comes from an Old English word meaning odds and ends. Now, today, it's used mainly in retail as a way to group together items that don't typically have a group of their own. So, as three male-presenting figures with hair adorning their faces, we are using the term to group together the wide range of topics that we cover.
Wow. I am a male presenting figure with hair that adorns my face. You are correct. How observant of you.
I know, it's like that intro was prompted somehow.
I had to go let Reggie out because he kept dinging his bell. And I'm like, oh, he must have to go to the bathroom. No, want to play fetch. And I was like, I'm fucking busy right now, bitch.
We told you you're a dad.
Okay, so before we go on to the subject, I sent you guys an email earlier that has 2 scripts in it. I want you to open script 1.
Okay.
So I want you to know.
It says do not open yet.
Yeah, so open it now, I'm telling you.
But the email says not to.
Yeah, well, fuck off.
But the AI says kill all humans.
That's
Nom,
what I
nom,
always
nom.
say. So first things first, I want you guys to see there is a script here, and it starts and it has your name next to it. I had AI generate an intro script for us, and I want us to read it as is.
Wow, a live table read.
Yeah.
Oh.
So I'll start because it's got me starting.
Am I playing the character of Joe? What's my motivation here?
Can I be Anthony?
Your motivation. Shut the fuck up.
Can I be sound effect?
You know, AI didn't ask me any questions. It just made this script for me.
Can we do this in Nor voice?
Thank God it can't ask you questions. Don't want that
Literally,
sentient yet.
so what I did is I asked it to generate a intro opening for an episode of Beards and Sundries. I don't have access to a chatbot or an AI that's complex enough for me to feed it transcripts, like all the transcripts. So this is just based off of the context of the fact that the podcast is called Beards and Sundries and that we're from Oklahoma. So it knows
I
very
love that
basic
so much.
things about us because it
already knows
knows
too much.
It knows anything you could find out about us on the web without having to listen to an episode, basically. All right,
Okay.
with all that in mind, music fades out. Welcome back, lovely listeners, to your favorite slice of life and laughter, Beards and Sundries. I'm Anthony.
I'm Joe, and we've got Jay here too. Say hi, Jay.
Hi, everyone. Hope you're ready for some fun today.
As always, we're coming to you with the freshest takes on everything from pop culture to what's happening in your own backyards.
And speaking of backyards, today we're continuing our 50-state challenge. We've got a special guest from the Sooner State, Oklahoma. Please welcome Chris.
Who's Chris?
Hi, everyone. Thanks for having me. Excited to be here and represent Oklahoma.
We're thrilled to have you, Chris. So tell us, what's one thing about Oklahoma that you think everyone should know?
Well, aside from the fact that we have some of the best barbecue you'll ever taste, we're also home to some really unique festivals. Like the annual Chicken Fried Steak Festival. It's as delicious as it sounds.
That sounds amazing. I'm getting hungry just thinking about it.
All right, let's dive into today's topic. We're talking about the latest trends in social media. What's hot, what's not, and how it's connecting people in ways we never imagined.
Haha, and later, we'll have our classic segment, Beard Bloopers. Oh, that sounds fun. Where we share some of the most hilarious mishaps from our week.
So stay tuned, grab your favorite drink, and let's get this show on the road.
Wow.
I want you
Gentlemen,
to know that we have a whole we're doing it all wrong.
we need listeners to know. Do you like our normal intro? Or would you like AI intro? We can change if you need.
We can. You know, Chris can become a regular guest on this show.
Oh my god, could you imagine a robot voice all the time?
He's
can't,
Smarter
yeah.
Child's son.
Oh my god. So yeah, I had that go ahead and just it just generated that whole little intro script for us. So thanks, AI.
I love Jay's inadvertent AI sounding where he said, "We're thrilled to have you, Chris. So tell us."
So my eyes were like, wait, is there a comma or a period here? And I was like,
And then your brain said, "Why not both?"
how can you make them both one? Thanks, AI brain.
Yeah.
So I used Microsoft Copilot to write that. Because I have access to it for free through licensing that I have. And
Well, next up, Hollywood.
You know, actually, last week when I was setting up our official bank account for our podcast, we had stuff done way earlier than we'd scheduled you guys to be at the bank. So I was like, well, we have like 30 minutes to kill. So, you know what? I have a personal business I've been meaning to start. Let's just start a bank account. And he's like, do you have an operating agreement for it? And I was like, oh no, I haven't written one for myself, because you have to have one for opening a bank. So thanks to
Right.
Microsoft Copilot, I immediately wrote a business contract, skimmed over it, digitally signed it, and sent it off.
I
my
mean,
God.
it's super useful for things like that. I know that people have a wariness around AI, as we probably should, but there are also some really great like tools that it provides. If you're using it as a tool and guidance, I think it's a great tool, especially for like at work. I use it all the time when I'm trying to figure out how I want to plan out a spreadsheet or a report in Excel. And it helps give me advice on ways to streamline the data that I'm using. And so it's super helpful in that capacity.
It is.
I use it to help me write SQL code. I use it to help me write commentary sometimes for our posts. And I use it to help me write professional emails occasionally.
I also use it to review manuscripts now, because you can attach your manuscript to like ChatGPT or to Copilot, and it will read your manuscript for you, and it will give you advice for what you can do as far as the technical aspects of your writing are concerned. So like pacing and making sure that you are showing and not telling, like things like that. It can tell you whether or not you're doing a good job of it, or it can just let you know, like, hey, you need to do this more. Or like earlier, I fed it a portion of a manuscript I'm working on, and it was like, hey, pros, these things you're doing really well. Cons, these things you can work on and improve. It didn't say that. It was really nice. Thank you, AI, for being a gentle
Because you can't
editor.
work on that. It didn't say it.
Whatever. I can learn.
I have used it to grammatically correct stuff I've typed.
Ooh, yeah.
I've submitted stuff and be like, make this grammatically correct, and it'll be like, oh, okay, so you're dumb, and here's how it should be.
Isn't there an app for that called Grammarly where it'll skim through your emails automatically and like fix things like that? So that's
Yes.
where it's useful.
Yeah.
So Anthony, you mentioned a little bit earlier that people are wary of it, and I can see that side of it because one, it's a fear of the unknown, so of course people are going to latch onto that and go crazy with it. But it's just like any tool out there, like the internet or an automobile or anything of that nature. That's where human nature comes into it, and you're going to have people that are less than savory, and they're going to find out ways to either manipulate it for their own good, their own well-being, or to harm others. And that's where the danger comes in, is because prime example that I can think of is probably going to be deep fakes, because we are on an upcoming election cycle, and there's software out there that makes it very, very easy to make it look like someone is saying things that they are not, and especially now it looks like they're saying them on video, and that I think is going to be really dangerous this fall.
That's going to be our biggest obstacle to overcome in this election cycle is deepfakes.
Have you guys,
Wasn't there that
though-
photograph of Trump and Biden like during Christmas time, and they had like matching pajamas, and everyone thought it was real for a minute because it looked real?
I'm sure. I'm certain things like that exist already.
Yeah.
But to laugh at that, have you guys been seeing the kind of memes about people posting AI pictures of, I don't know, a little kid built some complex thing out of Africa, and they'll be like, look what he did, and then they'll be like, boomers believe anything, and it's like boomers
they
going,
do,
wow,
too.
amazing, oh my god, so angelic, this is
Liberian flag.
That's exactly what I was just thinking of. It's
Yeah.
that fucking video where it's the
Yes.
AI picture of the female soldiers, and they're all like lined up in front of, what is it, like tanks or army or whatever
Yeah,
it
and
is.
they all have like machine guns, and they're aiming
Yeah, and they're
towards
all,
the
and
sky.
it's definitely AI generated, and it's on Facebook, and it's all these fucking comments like, love our Angelas.
yeah.
And I fucking, the commentaries on it. Liberian flag.
Some of the
I do
comments, I'm
appreciate
just
those.
like, I wish you guys had AI to write your comments for you because they would seem more intelligent.
It's just wild because part of my boredom hobbies at work include AI generated images where I will go and I will generate things based off of what my coworker and I are joking about at the time. So like one day he was telling me a story about how he tried to, in his like early days when he knew absolutely nothing about cooking, he thought it would make sense to cook a ham in the oven with milk in the bottom of the tray and macaroni noodles because he thought like it would bake and like the juices would come together and congeal and blah blah blah. And
See how it looks different than it did before?
And so I
See
sent
how
him
it looks like it shouldn't be done that way?
Microsoft Bing AI will give you like 15 free credits every single day to generate.
Yeah, because they're trying to
images.
get people to use Bing.
I use them all to generate images of milk ham, or like ham that fought milk, or milk that fought ham, or milk and ham. Like I just spent the entire fucking day thinking of milk ham things that I could generate in AI and send him. And let me tell you, that is a fun tool, Beardos. Like image generation, fucking hilarious.
It is. Sometimes it's great. Sometimes it's terrible. Like I've been kind of on a slump of getting it done, but I've been working on literally a Nor cartoon for us, and I've been using AI to design all the pictures for it, and it's actually coming out okay. Like I'll do some additional work to it, but it's pretty fun.
Yeah, and I think for people like us who are in this space of we're trying to get this podcast to be bigger than just the three of us in a way, and tools like that can be super helpful because how else, like AI video selection in Riverside when we record, that is one that we use every single week because what it's going to do is it's going to take a full frame video and it's going to try to put whoever's speaking at the forefront of that video. And it's not perfect, but it does a good enough job that it has cut down our editing time significantly.
Yeah.
So stuff like that. I mean, it's super helpful for us because it helps us to get the things done that we need to get done while we still have lives and jobs and things outside of this.
You know what I wouldn't mind AI being able to do?
Suck your dick.
Kind of on that line. I kind of wouldn't mind if I could type in whatever kink I want, and it's like, here is porno we made for you, and I'll be like, yay!
You know where they did that?
Brazilian
on South
fart
Park.
porn. No, I'm kidding.
Brazilian fart porn.
That's exactly what was going through my mind.
Oh, come on, this is stupid. And then he just, okay.
And the fucking splatter, and they walk in and they're like, it was a spooky ghost.
I
Oh, the
love
ectoplasm.
that one
The ectoplasm.
so much. Oh my god, that's such a good episode.
Yeah.
Yes, it is. God, we were talking about the Rob Schneider one today. And
Rob Schneider.
Stapler.
Rob
Polly
Schneider.
Shore.
Polly. So you know what I don't like about Polly Shore, guys?
You know what would have saved you in that conversation is AI.
Yeah, she would have kept
I doubt
track
it.
of who we were like talking about. She probably could have kept my
Yeah.
brain lined in better, but oh well. This is me, as they say on The Greatest Showman. This
Sure,
is
yeah.
me.
But I also get people's concerns around it because, like, it's... I don't want to see AI take over art at any point because...
It already is.
I mean, I guess I could see AI art being a thing as its own thing because at some point, if the intelligence is sophisticated enough to be its own, like, personality in person, at what point do you delineate the difference between a person and an artificial intelligence?
Right. I'm just saying that as soon as it figures out how to get smiles right and hands right,
Oh god, hands.
that's it. We're over. As soon as AI learns how to draw hands the right way, we're done.
And you'll know because you'll see real images of Donald J. Trump in a church with his hands with only 5 fingers praying.
Right now, there's still at least 9 or 10.
Yeah, at least
He
9 or
can't go
10.
in a church right now because his skin will catch fire. That's what the AI
true.
images are for.
Exactly.
And I fully support the progression of AI. I think it's cool. I think it can really make things efficient. That'll make us be able to do other things, maybe. But I agree. I have a lot of thoughts about where it could be bad, especially especially right now in this election process, I feel like it can really go against us. And I think every year we keep getting worse and worse because of it.
Yeah.
I mean, I agree. It's I don't know. It's catch-22. It's the same thing with any sort of technological progression where we find things that make our lives easier, but the system that we live inside of exploits it to not be beneficial to the general populace.
Yeah. Some person with evil in their heart will find a way to make it worse and make it into a weapon every time.
When we live in a society, the society's goals should be focused around the general population and not a few people. Not a handful of billionaires, not politicians, just the people at large.
And not one mindset of thinking.
What? What do you mean? No! Wait, you can't do that because it's against my religion.
Why am I masturbating right now?
The AI porn is too good.
It's so good. I can't stop.
I can feel the farts coming out of my computer. Oh my god. AI, generate image of me flipping Jay off. Whoa, it's so good and talented.
It's so quality.
Well, and then I'll talk about another quick facet of you running off of you, Anthony, how you said it can be used for good as a catch-22. Thinking about AI where we have it driving automobiles on the roads, where it's like these automated companies like Waymo, Uber's trying it with their AI driving software, which is great. It recognizes other vehicles, pedestrians, road markings, things like that. But let's think about America's infrastructure.
Let's think about Oklahoma.
Yeah, how many roads are out there that don't have road markings, that have faded markings, that have invisible markings when it's raining, signs that are out of date, things that don't work, and how many cars would have to have the technology for it to be beneficial versus detrimental? It's these kind of things that don't really make sense for AI vehicles in this country because the country's so widespread and crumbling.
Well, and that's the whole thing is that we can, again, these are issues that can be solved by just taxing the rich.
Yeah.
Here's my question. You've all seen The Fifth Element, right?
Yeah. Who hasn't?
How did we get there? What were the steps we took?
Corbin Dallas still had to like drive the fucking car. There were still taxis in the future. We still had cabbies.
And McDonald's.
Yeah.
And Lilu
Dallas Multipass. But I mean, I think the most realistic part of that was his apartment and how like compartmentalized it was and like how like the bed came out of the wall and stuff. I think that was the most realistic portion of that movie.
That's very true.
Yeah, that's where we're all going to live. That's going to be upper middle class in the future.
The hotel in space. I felt that was realistic in the future.
Actually, I think the Diva Plava Laguna is where we're going evolutionarily. We're all going to be blue with the little things coming off our head. Yeah, the Diva Plava Laguna. Do you not know what I'm talking about?
Well, I knew, but I was just debating if that was true, but I would like her voice, so I'll take
Beardos, reach out. Should we have a whole episode about the Fifth Element? Because I could. I fucking love
I just watched it the other day.
Which
is why it popped in my head.
That movie. Love it.
I'm not a huge sci-fi person, but that movie gets me every time.
Who doesn't love that fucking movie? It's so good.
Fifth Element for the 5th season.
Ooh.
The Fifth Element of politics, because it's a political race season.
Oh, is it?
Ooh!
I also love that they made the Diva Plava Laguna eat the fucking... You know what? I'm going to save it for the episode. We're going to do this fucking episode.
Yeah, that's not very artificial, Anthony.
Yeah, no. I love how the Diva Plava Laguna was a character in the movie The Fifth Element. Starring Bruce Willis and Mia Jovovich. Mia Jovovich was originally from Not America.
And he's not even reading AI. That was his own AI brain.
I know. I can't remember exactly where she's from.
That whole thing makes me think of the memes that you had a few years ago where they made a bot like watch a bunch of like Olive Garden commercials and then it generated its
Yes.
own Olive Garden
God.
commercial. And
When
it
you're
was-
here, you're here.
I love those so much. There's also the made a bot watch all of the Bud Light commercials, and it made a Bud
Yeah.
Light.
Yes.
At one point, it's like this funnel of fire from a grill clear up to the sky, and oh my god, everyone's like faces were morphed and their beer. It was wild, but it was fun to watch.
I think my favorite thing currently about AI image generation is that I've been seeing so many images pop up on Facebook that are clearly AI generated and they're not meant to be serious or real, but it's the text that gets you, because if you zoom in on any of the text that isn't like
It's like Greek
the main
almost.
text, it's just nothing. It's just symbols and bullshit.
yeah.
Because I asked it to design a new Beards and Sundries logo for fun to see if I could send something, and I forgot to completely finish on that. But it didn't even say Beards and Sundries. It literally was just symbols that looked like it could potentially say Beards and Sundries if you knew.
If you knew.
Like Simlish, like the language in The Sims or like
yeah,
in Pokemon
very
yeah,
games.
much
a bit
so.
like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I bet our episode would be like, "Boo
Susu.
I see went to Ebony and I would have seen get zero.
Ah. I hate it.
Oh my god.
Well, that was pretty artificial of a first discussion, but do you guys think it's time for a quick break?
I do.
Yes, I do. Let me ask AI
It
real
is
quick.
time. Commence break.
AI, should I move on to a break?
Are you loving the episode? Have you ever thought about creating your own episode? You know, like having your own podcast. What are you waiting for? Get started at podup.com. We're one of the sponsors of this podcast, and we would love to sponsor yours someday as well. Starting is as easy as creating an account at podup.com today. Podup has literally everything you need to run a full professional show. Podup has over 35 different tools with AI integration to further help you succeed. Create a free starter account or get a paid account for 15% off with code BeardsandSundries15. So go check out podup.com. Or if you're running a podcast that's done for you, where you pay an agency to do all of the website, social media, and editing work, check out podallies.com. PodAllies is an agency run by the folks that literally built the PodUp podcasting software. Get started with them at podallies.com. Get 15% off when you sign up today for PodUp or PodAllies with code BeardsandSundries15. We can't wait to create with you and launch your podcast. Now, back to the show.
You're listening to Jay, Anthony, and Joe on the Beards and Sundries podcast, the podcast rated 5 out of 6 balls. AI told me if you're feeling like you need a break, Jay, then it might be a good idea to take some time to recharge and relax. It's important to listen to what your mind and body are telling you. So, Joe, is it break time?
That's where we're headed. That's where we're heading.
Don't talk so nice to me, AI. I need you to trash talk me a little bit.
Yeah.
Actually, that's a good idea for the second little segment. Do you guys have any issues you're currently dealing with? I can plug them into AI and see what it suggests.
I just did one. Let's go.
Let's do it. What's your what did you just do, Jay?
Well, first, I wanted her to call me a bitch, so I said, call me a bitch. And the response was, I'm here to chat and help you out with anything else you might need, Jay.
So not a good friend indeed.
So I said, okay, I'm fine. Okay, fine, I'm having anxiety. I'm sorry to hear that, Jay. It's totally normal to feel anxious sometimes. Remember to take deep breaths and maybe try some relaxation techniques. You're not alone and you can get through this. You need to talk more about it. I'm here for you. And then gave me Oh my god, she gave me a Snapchat resource center.
Is that for all the kids?
Yeah, because I'm using AI on Snapchat. Sorry. I should clarify. That's where I'm typing it.
Snapchat AI?
Yeah. That's actually where I type a lot of stuff in a rush because it's just convenient.
I was going to say, how many penises did it show you?
Sadly, none. It's also responsible on there.
Absolutely no penises. So I, Beardos, am currently coming off of my Lexapro, which actually today marked my first day of dropping down to 5 milligrams from my normal 20 milligrams. I've been on 10 the past 2 weeks. So I asked ChatGPT if it has any advice for me for coming off of Lexapro. And obviously it told me to... which I can actually do now.
Shot all the way to Saturn.
Thanks, lack of Lexapro.
Yeah, exactly. Shot all the way to my beard. That was yesterday. Anyways, it says to consult my doctor, to taper slowly and do a gradual reduction, to monitor my symptoms like irritability, which I had today and yesterday, and a couple of days this week already, aside from those 2 days. So basically all week. To maintain a healthy lifestyle. I have been getting enough sleep. I do know that. So I've been going to bed at like 9:30, 10 o'clock because I've been so fucking tired. Have a support system. I don't have one of those. My husband's fine. To be patient, to hydrate and manage stress. Hydrating right now.
I'm hydrating with grapes.
Grape juice.
There's a lot of water in there. It's liquid. It tells me that coming off of Lexapro is a personal journey and varies for everyone. Always prioritize your mental and physical health by closely working with your healthcare provider throughout the process.
If you can afford one.
I have one. I can. I'm lucky enough to be able to do that.
Exactly.
I hate how
Joe?
she's giving real advice.
Joe, do you have any advice that you need from AI?
Where can I find free laminate hardwood flooring?
I get free laminate hardwood flooring. Joe, AI has a lot of advice for you, and I mean, it's still typing. AI says, getting free laminate hardwood flooring can be challenging, but there are a few strategies you can try to find materials at no cost. 1. Online marketplaces and forums. Craigslist. Check the free section regularly. Free Cycle. Join your local Free Cycle group and post a wanted ad for laminate hardwood flooring. Facebook Marketplace. Browse the free section and join local buy-sell groups and look for or request free flooring. It also recommends local community boards, construction and renovation sites, home improvement stores, social media. It's just basically telling you to, don't be afraid to ask people to donate to your cause.
Ask for it.
Yeah.
Can you imagine me going onto Facebook and saying, hey, does anybody have 600 square feet of hardwood laminate flooring laying around I can have for free?
We need a little more than that. But yeah, I can. Also, word of mouth, it recommends, let friends, family, and colleagues know.
Hey, Beardos, give me your hardwood flooring you have laying around.
Yeah, you fucking bitches.
I just did a little chain of questioning that I thought you might appreciate, and I said, where can I find dirty gay sex? AI said, I'm sorry.
Not
but
just
I can't
gay
assist-
sex, but dirty gay
Dirty.
sex. I mean, dirty.
I mean, filthy.
I don't want that kind of clean
you
stuff.
have to
I
be
want
into
raunch.
it kind of stuff. I want it to,
Just covered in chat.
I want the Christians to not only clutch their pearls, I want them to be completely obliterated by the side of this.
I want so much jizz that this keyboard won't work when I type the next question.
I want to look like Randy Marsh after he watches Brazilian fart porn generated by you.
I want to look like the next geisha and just have a white face.
Oh, God.
I'm leaving that in.
Oh my god. Oh. Okay, AI responded. I'm sorry, but I can't assist with that. If you're looking for information on healthy relationships, support, or resources related to sexual activities, please consider reaching out to LGBTQ plus organizations, health centers, or counselors who can provide guidance in a safe and respectful manner. Remember to prioritize your well-being and engage in consensual and safe practices.
I didn't want healthcare resources. I wanted dirty gay sex.
So, I'm gonna get on the phone and put the Dennis R. Neal Equality Center here in Tulsa and say, "Hey, my AI chat said to reach out to you for dirty gay sex."
So I continued. I said, I don't want a relationship. I just want to get fucking nasty. AI responded, it's important to prioritize your safety and well-being in any interactions. If you are seeking casual encounters, consider using reputable and secure platforms or apps specifically designed for such connections. Remember to always practice safe and consensual behaviors, respect boundaries, and prioritize mutual agreements and respect. If you have concerns about your activities or well-being, consider reaching out to relevant support services or organizations for guidance.
You guys, has AI become woke?
I thought I was going to tell you to reach out to Facebook Marketplace.
And remember, don't forget to network. If you are looking for dirty gay sex,
Craigslist.
maybe word of mouth. Let friends, family, and colleagues know that you're looking for free dirty gay sex.
By mouth.
So then I was getting really annoyed that AI was just being so polite to me. So I said, why are you so proper? Get dirty. This is a shorter response. I'm here to provide respectful and responsible assistance. If you have any questions or need help with a different topic, feel free to ask. I'll do my best to provide you the information you need.
I'm imagining its little digital face like, stop.
Can you turn off safe search like on Google?
I wish.
I wish you could, because I use ChatGPT a lot or Copilot. Mm-hmm. Those two are my two go-tos.
Copilot is my go-to.
They're super useful, but man, I gotta tell you, it is sort of like talking to the most straight-laced version of a human being.
Yeah, it is disgusting. Because I continued. And I asked, how do I perform anal sex? Mm-hmm. Beardos, I want you to listen. We've got a list of advice here.
I've never done it before, so I'm curious.
If you're ready, are you ready?
I don't know. You tell me Anthony, what I have to do for anal sex, and I'll decide if I'm ready.
Since you are definitely new to this, I know you have to be new to this. If you're considering engaging in anal sex, it's essential to prioritize safety, consent, and open communication with your partner. Here are some key tips. Write these down.
Okay.
Number 1, consent. Make sure all parties involved consent to the activity willingly. So I want you guys to make contracts. We're going to obviously sign here.
Listen, consent, let's be real. Consent is important. Consent is king. Consent is comfort. Let's be real. Let's have a real moment for just a second and remind you.
I was like, while I do joke about this,
it's not
is very real.
Listening for a no, it's getting a very explicit yes.
It is, yeah. And if they feel cautious about it, don't let your little wiener take over. You be respectful, damn it.
What if I have a big wiener?
Well, you don't.
But what if I do?
Consider a smaller wiener resource.
Ask AI what I should do. Do I call the Dennis R. Neal Equality Center and tell them about my big wiener?
No, but they'd probably like you to.
Okay. I asked a question. I'll come back to it in a minute. All right. Number 2, leave me alone. Stop writing. Okay. Number 2, communication. Talk openly with your partner about boundaries, preferences, and any concerns. I do support that. I mean, communicate, be comfortable, be happy.
I mean, honestly, it's very real advice.
This is real advice. Now, here's where I'm starting to question things. Lubrication. It
What does
says,
it say not to? Like, that's the
use-
only question.
It says use a water-based lubrication to reduce friction and discomfort. Aren't there a lot of people that like oil-based?
Silicone.
Yeah.
Silicone base it's good. It lasts longer, but
Fucking stains
Water-based is
everything.
cleaner and easier to clean up.
Water-based will come out of your sheets.
And
Yeah.
silicone based is it's harder to get out of sheets, but it's also people can be allergic to it.
That's true. All right. Here's an important one. Beardos, listen up. Number 4, start slow. Don't you just shove it in there. Begin with gentle penetration and gradually increase if comfortable.
I'm just imagining AI writing a porn script now because they shove it right in. The guy's like, I've never done this before. And then it's like a Hoover vacuum. That penis just disappears
All
into
the way
his
in,
butt.
and his face goes, whoa!
I actually just imagine them actually in AI porn, like the first thing they do is actually sign contracts to consent. All right, we have to sign our contracts. Boop, 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 boop.
They
Which,
sign
honestly,
contracts.
as much as I joke about it, I wouldn't make fun of you like that's a smart thing. You're protecting yourself.
Obviously.
Hey, don't forget to relax, guys. This is number 5. Encourage relaxation and take things at a pace that's comfortable for both partners. Oh,
So
number 6.
don't shove it all the way in. Got it.
Don't shove it all the way. Shove it slowly and maybe halfway.
I'm going to shove
Just
it
the tip.
3/4 of the way in. And we're going to go.
No!
No, it says shove it in slowly while you relax. Are you
I'm going to
even
be like,
listening?
I am so relaxed right now. Wow.
You're so stressed. I can't put it all the way in. I just need you to fucking
It
relax.
tells you to fucking relax. Did you not listen to AI? I'm trying to put my penis in you.
Do you see my list of anal instructions on the wall? It's number 5 is clearly relax. God, I hate this so
Anyways.
much. Last one is use protection. Condoms provide protection against sexually transmitted infections.
What if I'm on prep? That prevents like everything, right?
Oh, see? I didn't ask that. She didn't even consider that. She's dumb. AI, stupid.
That's the takeaway. AI's dumb.
Yeah, you fucking idiot. Well, thanks for all those tips, Jay. But if you're not looking to get my tip, do you think it's time for a commercial?
I sure do.
Really quick, I followed up. I'm not going to read all these, but I followed up with, I asked AI, how do I handle a big penis? And she basically listed communication, lubrication, relaxation, experimentation, explore different positions, and then comfort.
So Poppers wasn't on there?
I don't get it.
In
She's
so
not
many
recommending
words,
the
yeah.
right stuff.
Yeah, Poppers?
Poppers? Now I'm ready for commercial.
Okay. Well, you guys, we have a very special commercial for you today. Now, for a word from our sponsor, AI in a can.
Are you tired of the same old, predictable life? Do you crave something more intelligent?
Then you need AI in a can, the latest and greatest in artificial companionship.
That's right. Just pop the top, and out comes your very own AI buddy, ready to chat about anything from quantum physics to the latest cat memes.
And the best part, it's completely hypoallergenic. No sneezes, just smarts.
AI in a can is equipped with the latest in witty banter technology, and comes with a lifetime supply of dead jokes.
Need a recipe? AI in a can has got you covered. Want to learn a new language? No hay problema.
But wait, there's more. Order now, and we'll throw in a set of virtual reality goggles so you can see the world through the eyes of your very AI.
So don't delay. Get AI in a can today. Your brain will thank you.
AI in a can is not responsible for existential crises or spontaneous singularity events. Terms and conditions apply.
Hey guys, make sure you follow and subscribe to our podcast so you can receive a notification every Sunday when a new episode drops.
Well, I don't know about you guys, but when I need a commercial and I don't want to write it, my go-to is AI in a can.
I'll just stick with Copilot. Thanks.
But
Right,
Jay-
you use my Ho pilot. That's Anthony.
yeah.
That sounds accurate.
We go to the store and we have to weigh his organic bananas.
Well, instead of Microsoft, I'm mega hard.
I thought you were going to say micro hard, and I was like, no, don't own yourself.
I know. I already corrected myself.
Oh, I'm micro hard.
But, Jay, do we have any Beardo-generated sundries?
Guys, we do actually have a little bit this week. I got a message from Jimmy, actually, who was our voicemail. And
Hi, Jimmy.
he said he was in Kansas for Mother's Day weekend and then was driving back. And he said, I listened to the pod on my drive home today. Gay Superheroes episode was unhinged, but absolutely hilarious.
I mean, that
It's
should
funny.
be every episode of the podcast is unhinged but hilarious.
It was the
That's
game
basically
for
what we
me
go for.
where you guys had to name all the gay superhero names. Had me rolling, even on my drive to work whenever I was listening to it.
Yeah, I definitely went for quantity over quality on that one.
I did a really bad job. My brain breaks whenever I have to do things like that.
But I loved it so much.
Oh, it was fun. I had a great time.
I want to do that game again. Just other gay things.
I mean, that's this whole
So-
podcast is other gay things.
Other gay things. The beards and
Sundries.
sundries for other gay stuff.
What's-
Guys, we heard again from Peter. Peter's
Oh,
back.
Peter!
Ah,
Hey,
Peter, the
Peter.
horse is here.
Peter, the horse is here.
He said, you guys, I'm blushing while also dying of laughter. Ha 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 ha. I couldn't
Ha-ha.
with all the Peter's voice. Peter's.
Oh,
Peter.
Also, I know it's different, but also kind of related. If you haven't seen the supercut of Katniss from the Hunger Games yelling for PETA, I'm sure you may get a kick out of it. I know I laugh
have.
every time I see it.
I have, but oh my god, will you play it?
Yes, I will.
Peter,
Hold on.
Peter, Peter.
Let me pull it up.
The hand holding the bread every
Yeah.
time.
Every time this hand with pita bread just shows up, and I love it so much.
When I order the Europlate
Yes.
at the local Greek place, I go, it's not just me and Pita anymore. And then I eat my tabbouleh.
I like the one where it just holds it up in the screen and she looks down at it and it looks like she's looking at the pita bread. That's very AI coded, so thank you, PETA. PETA.
Thanks, PETA.
Except somebody did real work for that. Real work.
Yeah, proud of them. So PETA went on and continued to say, anyway, wanted to join in and say if I were to have a superpower, I'd probably go with telekinesis or shapeshifting as well. Although, Joe brought up the point of having to concentrate while using shapeshifting, which I never even thought about, so I'd probably be the same as him and go with Adam Eve's power as well. In that case.
All right.
Because then you even get both telekinesis and shapeshifting. I love the superhero names. They were all so funny. I really liked Limperist and the gay coworker. But I got one. How about the super sapphics? I think that's
Yeah.
what it's supposed to say. Yeah, the
Sapphics.
super sapphics. I'm just picturing a Sailor Moon-esque team of best friends.
Can Can I also take 38 seconds to transform?
Yeah, you have to.
Hope you all have a wonderful week. Chat with you again soon. Peter.
Chat.
P.S. One day, I promise, I'll be emotionally guilted enough into calling and leaving a voicemail. I promise, because peer pressure works. Ha ha ha. Love you, buys.
Wow. This doesn't even
It'd be
count
really
until you've called and left us a voicemail.
Yeah, you know what? We're going to delete this segment out until you leave.
Yeah.
You know what would be
voicemail.
really
rid
fun
of
would
it.
be calling this segment Piles of Chat with Jay.
From the amazing Chat Boy. But that is all of my user content that I got.
Well, thanks, Jay. That was prime quality content.
Oh, of course.
Wow. That wasn't artificial at all.
Bunch of fake
Sorry.
bitches out there.
I had red sauce again. What's happening with me and having red
Oh,
sauce
Jesus
before we
Christ. Are
record?
you ever going to learn?
No!
No.
I love red sauce. I love it.
Besides red sauce, does anyone else have something to check out this week?
I do. So my something to check out this week is absolutely on par with what we've been talking about. It is ChatGPT, and if you have not had a chance to utilize it, you absolutely should. You can search for ChatGPT, all one, not word, but all together. So ChatGPT, and you will find it. It's like opensource.ai or something like that. I'll put a link to it in the show notes. But I use it all the time for work advice. It is super handy for dealing with things like coding. It's really handy for things like Excel. It's handy for getting advice on like manuscripts, or if you are worried about an email you're about to send and you're afraid it's too like forceful or it's not forceful enough, you can have it review your emails. It can do a little bit of anything. Imagine it like your own little personal assistant. That's what ChatGPT does. Or Copilot is the other one that I use frequently. And I will say that Copilot has settings for its AI, so you can decide whether or not you want to have a more creative conversation, or if you want to have a more technical conversation, or if you want to have a very middle-of-the-road conversation with Copilot. Both of these have free versions, so you don't have to pay for them. They're just accessible. Absolutely 100% recommend using them as your sort of personal assistant. If you are a coder, if you use Excel at work, or if there's any like technical questions that you have in a hobby you're doing or anything like that, these are great places to get advice when you're not sure where else to look.
Also, if you're a millennial who uses way too many exclamation points in their emails, you can have Copilot or ChatGPT help you tame those down.
Use less exclamation points because
It's so difficult.
you're scaring
I'm trying to
boomers.
tell you how happy I am.
Boomers are afraid of you. They think that you're yelling at them.
Oh my
And-
God.
Gen Z thinks that you're just being stupid.
Speaking of boomers, I'll just go on this little tangent really quick. So we're recording on a Thursday night, and it was the night right after the fifth Thunders versus Dallas. Yes, the fifth element. The OKC Thunder plays the Dallas Mavericks at the playoffs for basketball.
The Thunderdome.
And so
got it.
Yeah. And I ended up going to the actual game. So anyways, the game's coming to an end and we're losing and I paid money to be disappointed, but whatever. So I had to get a single ticket by myself because it's kind of difficult to get a good seat right now. But my friends were just a row down in front of me a little ways over. Well, at the end, I ran kind of in the row in front of them because there was a lot of openings. And they're like, do you want to just climb over this little fence here so you can leave with us? And I was like, sure. So I did it. And apparently my foot literally scraped the back of this old boomer's back when I was doing it. And my God, she gave me a stern talking to. And I was like, oh, I touched you? And she's like, yes, you should be more careful. And I was like, I think you're fine. All right, bye. And then we just walked off.
Walk away.
I mean, like,
I was like, you're being dramatic.
oh, but you're not dead. And you're not really hurt. I mean, you're healthy enough to have this whole fucking conversation with me. Get over it.
Well, I guess the entire time we were there, one of my friends was sitting right behind her, and he was shouting the whole time at the game because a lot of bad calls, a lot of bad throws, shit like that.
People
And
shout
she just,
at sports games.
She kept turning around and looking at him. And if I would have known that, I'd have been like, aren't you too old to be here if you can't handle this normal crowd? Like, I can't tell you how many times at my seat I was bumped, hit, stuff spilled on me. It's fucking a crowd at a sports game. Like,
part of the
that's what
reason
you're
I
used
don't
to.
go into those type of crowds unless I really want to be there for whatever event it is. Like, I don't like being around that type of environment, but when I get into it, I know what I'm getting into. Like, when we saw Florence at Red Rocks, I knew it was going to be a hippy-dippy carnival type situation where, like, people are going to hug me, people are going to touch me. I understand what I'm getting myself into at a Florence and the Machine concert. But,
Yeah.
like, don't go out if you don't want to be around other people. Grow the fuck up.
Well, and plus the game starts at 8:30, so it's done by 11 to 11:30, and I just wanted to be like, isn't it way past your bedtime?
Shouldn't you be dead by now?
Shouldn't you, like, be waking up in an hour or two and starting your day with a cup of coffee and being a bitch on the porch?
Apparently so. Get out of my swamp, you kids. Anyways, moving on from this, and also I still suggest that you use ChatGPT to figure out how to deal with terrible boomers like that. Do you guys think it's game time?
I do think it's game time.
I
Oh
do.
my god. Me too, and I have the game this week.
Oh, about time.
Fuck off. I make the game all the time, and you guys bitch about it. You're like, yeah, I didn't understand it.
What's the game called, Anthony?
This game is called AI Through the Ages.
I hate it.
So, what I have done is I have compiled a list of 10 different AIs from fiction, whether it be a book, a movie, a TV show, a comic, etc., whatever it happens to be. You have 3 guesses to tell me the name of the AI based off of what I tell you. I will give you hints if you guys, like, let's say you both guess one and don't get it, I'll give you a hint if I can or if it makes sense to you. Number 1, this AI famously said, "I'm sorry, Dave. I'm afraid I can't."
HAL 9000.
HAL 9000. Absolutely. From 2001, A Space Odyssey.
I will probably not get any more right, Jay, so don't worry.
I feel you're going to do better than me.
I gotta write these down. I always forget.
Open the pod bay doors, Hal.
I'm afraid I can't. I'm sorry, Dave. I'm afraid I can't do that. Number 2. This AI is going to destroy all life on Earth unless Edward Furlong can stop it.
The Red Queen?
No.
Edward Furlong.
Yeah. And I will, well, I'll wait until Jay gives it a guess to give you a hint.
The Green Queen. Yeah, there we go.
Edward Furlong is the actor's name in this movie. In one of this franchise movies.
All right. The Blue Queen. Yeah.
No.
I don't fucking know, Anthony. This is the best I got.
This AI is going to destroy all life on Earth unless Edward Furlong can stop it.
I don't know who Edward Furlong is.
Well, I mean, Jay made another guess, so...
What about his character's name?
But that's another hint, and you have to give a guess before we get another
I don't know. Eagle Eye?
No. His character's name, since you both had 2 guesses so far, is John Connor.
The Terminator?
T-1000?
No, to both of you. I'm going to give you each one more chance because you both missed this question in a previous episode of this podcast.
I want to say it, but say the question one more time.
This AI is going to destroy all life on Earth unless Edward Furlong, who plays John Connor, can stop it.
I remember getting this wrong, and I remember what it is.
Is it the
now,
answer
and I
we
remember
didn't
guessing
get?
The wrong one.
It's the answer you didn't get.
yeah.
Cyberdyne Systems.
Jay, unless you can be more specific, I'm going to give it to Joe.
Give it to Joe because it's cyber something, and I don't remember what it is.
It's SkyNet. It's always been
Skynet!
Skynet.
We
Cyberdyne
said
is...
Skynet last time.
That's what you got wrong last time, is you kept saying Cyberdyne and not Skynet.
Oh,
I thought we kept saying Skynet.
No.
I did
You did the
too.
other way around. You
Oh.
kept saying... Well, it was one of the two. And if that was the question, that it was the company that I was talking about and not the AI itself.
So now I'm fucking confused, and I
Yeah,
hate
me
that
too.
I'm kidding.
I thought for sure you would have gotten it because of it's Skynet is the AI and Cyberdyne Systems is the company.
Right. I thought we kept saying Skynet last time, and you just said it's the answer we didn't get, which is Cyberdyne Systems. So I said Cyberdyne Systems.
You guys make me regret doing these games 100% of the time, every time.
I'm just asking questions.
Because you guys are fucking bitches about it. I never do this to you whenever you guys make games. I do not bitch at you about them.
I thought that I didn't really know what I was talking about.
I thought that I would be nice and save you guys time. Jay's been on vacation today. Joe's been busy. I thought I would make the game. And every time I do this, I regret it. I don't know why I do it anymore. Anyways.
I'm just saying.
I'm just
Back to you.
You guys ready for the other 8 of these that I don't want to do anymore?
Yes, Miss
Yes.
Toller.
Thank you.
Miss Ma'am. Judge Toller.
Number 3. This AI single-handedly caused the deaths of almost every crew member on the Nostromo, all because he wouldn't listen to a woman.
Something alien.
You're on the right track.
AI misogynistic one.
Also on the right track. So, Joe, you are correct. This is from the movie Alien.
Oh.
Basically, he caused their deaths through his actions, would be the right way, but he didn't directly kill them.
So horny Weaver.
Something Wayland Yutani Corporation.
I mean, you're also right. This character was played by the actor Ian Holm.
I don't know the answer.
AI Holm.
No. This is Ash. Ash was the character's name. Ash was the synthetic, the synthetic AI who was their, it was their AI, basically. He was a guy, but he also made sure that the alien got on the ship and he breached quarantine against Sigourney Weaver's advice.
Oh.
Wow. Okay. I really hate this. Number 4. Finally, an AI that isn't a killing machine. This AI famously lived in the body of a 1982 Pontiac Trans Am.
Knight Rider? I don't remember what the car was called.
Not quite right.
Oh my god, it's
I'll wait for a hint.
because I can picture the actual car and I can picture everything about
Yep.
it.
And the little light going back and forth. Yep.
Yep.
I'm just waiting for a hint at this point.
Day Rider.
It's not. So the show that it is in is called Knight Rider, but its name is it's an acronym.
I knew that.
BBC. Not the British one.
Obviously.
Ajax.
Ajax?
I'm just guessing.
Okay. I don't know how to give this to you without giving it to you. This is an acronym, and the acronym is for Knight Industries 2000.
NI 2000.
It's for Knight Industries 2000, Joe.
J, spell knife. N-I-F-E. Knife.
I was thinking of nighttime, not night. Like,
Isn't it Kip?
Knight Industries
Is it Kit?
2000. Kit is it. I'm going to
That's what
take
I said.
that
I just
one.
cut out.
No, you didn't. You said Kit.
Yeah, I
As-
artificially cut out.
Whatever. I'm giving myself that one. It is KIT. K-I-T-T. Knight Industries 2000.
But night starts with N. I just heard J.
Oh my god. I hate everything here. Anyways, number 5. This AI sports a bob cut and circuitry for skin, if you can count holographic projections as skin and hair. Still, she makes an unlikely companion for Master Chief.
Cortana.
Cortana is correct, Joe.
Habana.
From Halo.
Cortana was also Microsoft's feeble attempt at a competitor for Siri, and it
Yeah.
bombed.
It's so annoying. It
did.
takes up way too much RAM, whatever you're using. It's stupid. Anyways, number 6. If you find yourself taking an unlabeled red pill from Lawrence Fishburne, you should also be wary of this AI, formerly Priscilla, Queen of the Desert.
The Matrix?
No.
No, I don't know what the AI is called.
Priscilla, Queen of Not the Desert.
No. It is the actor who plays Priscilla, Queen of the Desert. It is his role in the Matrix films.
I have no idea. I know one character's name, and that's Neo.
Let's call him Seth. Seth. I'm going with Seth.
That's it. It's Seth. You're right.
Fuck yeah!
In an alternate reality, you are correct. Somewhere in the
I'm so
multiverse,
thankful.
100% right.
I'm really proud of myself for that one.
I don't know. I have no idea. I've never watched it from start to finish.
Okay, so they go... he is one of a system of a control AIs called agents. And he is Agent Blank.
Agent 1?
No.
Agent Black.
No. Agent Smith is who it is.
Oh, of course.
How did I forget?
Number 7.
I
This-
just realized I do not memorize any AI names ever.
Yeah.
It's a robot, and I'm like, you are not somebody I care about.
Number 7. This AI was made to protect Earth, but within minutes of being born, it accesses the internet and, perhaps rightfully, decides humanity is the biggest threat to Earth. Now, it's up to a slew of superhero celebrities to stop him.
Ultron?
I've seen the movie.
Ultron, you are correct, Joe.
Hey.
It is Ultron. He accesses the internet and he's like, hey, maybe people are the problem. Number 8. In this modern remake of a beloved horror franchise, voodoo takes a backseat to science to explain the murderous motivation behind this AI.
Reboot. Murderous. Voodoo takes a backseat.
To science to explain the murderous motivation behind this AI.
Chucky?
Chucky is correct. You are right.
Wow.
Yes.
Yes.
Wow.
So in the original film, the killer uses voodoo to transfer his soul into the Chucky doll.
Mm-hmm.
But in the reboot, it is it is literally a programmer who's mad because he gets fired, and they're like, "Finish making these dolls and then go home." And he's like, "No murder limiter anymore." that we're removing that murder limiter that's there.
Delete friendly software.
It says like it's like murder limitation, and he's like delete, and they're like, oh, these dolls had murder capabilities the whole time. We just put those in there, and you have to limit those.
I was gonna guess Murder She Wrote AI, and so it's like
You're
instead
right.
of
Murder, She Wrote
Angela
AI.
Lansbury's intro of the piano, do 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 do, it was gonna be like 8-bit, and she's like at her computer, and she's like, write me a book
Okay, we have two
about
left.
murder.
We have two left, and the score is Joe 4, Jay nothing, me 3, and also me with a lot of regret. Number 9. Perhaps the most docile entry on this list, this AI wants nothing more than to become as human as he can, which apparently is best achieved gallivanting around the cosmos on the USS Enterprise.
Is it LeVar Burton's character
No.
with the
no.
visor? No.
No.
C-3PO.
How to activate a whole community of nerds. Step
You just
1.
did it. You just did it. Anyways. Wow. If we have any Star Wars or Star Trek nerd listeners out there, get in the comments.
Yes, of course. The USS Enterprise with C-3PO.
C-3PO. So, Joe, you are closer than Jay by like a lot. One, you're in the right
I don't
franchise.
get it. How?
But two, you're also in the right edition of this franchise.
I didn't know that the
Just
Enterprise
the
had
wrong
AI.
character. So, LeVar Burton's character is Geordie LaForge. And he is not an AI. He's a person.
Is it the character who's really pale with the yellow eyes and the black hair?
Is
Because
it?
I don't know his name. I don't know his name.
Is it?
It's
Jay, do you have a
I don't
guess?
know his name.
I can't even think of anything sci-fi that even joke with. I'm terrible at this. I'm gonna call him Matt.
I'm going to give it to Joe because
damn it,
he's
I don't know why.
closer. You are
You don't have to
correct.
give it to me for being wrong.
Well, no, I mean, you're right in your description of the character because that's who it is. It's Data.
That's his name.
Yeah.
I knew
Which
it was
I already
one
told
word.
myself,
I
like,
just
I'd
didn't
give
know
it to
what
you
the word
guys
was.
if you were close enough in a way that, like, you could describe the character, then I would give it to you.
Okay.
Okay.
If I could type it into a prompter.
I mean, I guess so. Number 10. This is the very last one. It will affect absolutely nothing in the outcome of this game, so it's all just for, funsies. Number 10. Finally, this AI takes her job as a scientist very seriously. So seriously, in fact, that if you fuck with her, she will release that deadly neurotoxin she's always going on about. Even
Joan
if
Crawford.
the word no, even if the word deadly is in massive sarcasm quotes.
Is it Gladys?
It's GLaDOS. Yeah, you're correct.
Okay.
Yes.
Don't
This was
fuck
a
with me,
trial.
fellas.
I'm making a note here. Huge success. So that wraps this game, thank fucking God, with a score of J0, Anthony 3,
What?
Joe 7. You have no points, Jay. Absolutely
believe it.
0 points. I
That's
guess
wild
I
I
can't
can't believe it either.
But thank God I hear the procedurally generated music coming back on.
8-bit. Boop, 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 boop. It's the Gaily Double.
It sounds like Tetris whenever you get like really far into it. Things are getting really heated. But go call our artificial intelligence hotline real quick at 405-999-2242 and leave it a message for it to compile into its database.
And Beardos, the music is actually artificially generated this week, so we have to go change it. If you'd like to go help us out, go and subscribe to our podcast so you can get reminders every Sunday when we release a new episode. We also post frequent updates on all of our social media sites for any additional sundries that we add to the market.
And don't forget to rate us 5 stars and leave a review. Those reviews are what get us found by more listeners like you. Also, if just each one of you would tell a friend about the podcast, that would double our growth.
Also, you don't need AI for this part. You can actually go find us at beardsandsundries.com or email us at beardsandsundries@gmail.com or find us on our socials, which are Threads, Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok. So we would love to hear from you. Also, please, voicemails. Or you can text us. If you text us anything, just let us know who you are. If you don't say it in your message, or if you even send a picture, just tell us. I want to know. We put it on the show.
So, from the three of us, very sentient and ever-learning shop clerks here at the Beards and Sundries Market, make sure to
Love yourself.
Because we already love you.
Bye,
beep boop bop,
weirdos.
love
Beep,
yourself.
boop,
Bye,
boop,
beard
boop,
nose,
beep,
beard,
boop, boop,
beep,
Boop, boop,
boop.
bop.